So the first thing we need to do is look at our angle relationships. So we look at the two angles that we were given information on. So I was told about this angle right here and this angle right here. If I were to draw a rectangle using my parallel lines, these would both be outside of the parallel lines, so they are exterior angles. And then I can also check if I look at my transversal, which is this piece right here. So if I look at this line, they're on different sides of this line, so they are considered alternate exterior angles. All right, so again, those are alternate exterior angles. And then I can look to see if they are the same size. That's going to tell me whether they're congruent or supplementary. So if you look at this top angle, this is an obtuse angle. Look at the bottom angle, it's also an obtuse angle. So because they're both obtuse angles, they're actually going to end up being congruent, which remember is just a fancy way to say that they are equal. Now, if you remember from the other day, we said if they were congruent, our equations were going to look like this. That we're going to take our first angle, and we're going to set it equal to our second angle. So, we're going to look at our angles that we were given. My first angle is x plus 43. My other angle is 2x minus 34. And remember, it does not matter which one is first. So if you wrote 2x minus 34 first and then x plus 43, that is perfectly acceptable as well. So now we're going to use our equation skills to solve this. Now, you may notice there is an x on the left side of the equal sign. There's an x on the right side of the equal sign. We need to get those on the same side before we do anything else. So I'm going to move this one with the smaller coefficient. So this one has an imaginary 1 in front of it, this one has a 2 in front of it. 1 is smaller than 2, so I'm going to move this one. I am subtracting it because this is a positive 1x. The inverse of a positive 1x is a negative 1x. This way these will cancel out to give me 0. So I'll be left with 43 equals 1x, and you can write the 1 there or not, it's completely up to you. And then I still have the minus 34. And remember, my goal is to get the x by itself, so instead of subtracting 34 on this side, I'm going to end up adding it. And my goal is to get things away from the x. So when I combine those, I get that 77 is equal to x. Now, if I were to actually substitute this in, so if I do 77 plus 43, I am going to get 120. This is saying that this angle measurement is equal to 120 degrees, which somewhat makes sense because this is an obtuse angle. If I do the same thing here, so if I do 2 times 77 minus 34, so 2 times 77 is 154. 154 minus 34 is still 120. So I get that this angle is also 120 degrees. Now, I want to just make sure this matches up with what we said over here. We said that they should be congruent. So it makes sense that both of these angles would equal 120 degrees. If they didn't, then they're not congruent.